Ace Attorney. Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be reacting to one of the early uploads from the YouTube channel, The Game Theorists. I'm a huge fan of their work. I hope that you will enjoy this video as well. This video came out in the year 2016, so I think it's around 5 years ago. Let's start.
And so, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I seek to prove that the true criminal, the most corrupt force in the Phoenix Wright series is Phoenix Wright himself.
No way. 10 seconds into the video and wow.
Objection! Huh. Probably should have seen that coming. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Hello.
The show that's got you covered if you're ever taking a class in genetics, physics, or robotics.
Genetics, physics, or robotics?
Especially haunted robotics.
Haunted robotics.
But one potential college major we've yet to touch on is law. And what better franchise to cover when tackling this new topic than the game that no one's ever played but everyone knows the meme to, Phoenix Wright. And even though the Ace Attorney series might not be filling in the courtroom gallery with rabid fans here in the States, our finger-pointing paralegal is popular enough in Asia to warrant his own manga, anime, and musical. You heard that right.
Musical. Manga, anime, and musical. Wow.
Musical. Suck on that, Law and Order. Ooh, you gonna cry? You gonna cry? Oh, your tears of jealousy are so delicious.
Iced tea tears.
Mmm, salty. So, knowing that I wanted an episode covering Capcom's Captain of the Courtroom, I picked up a copy of Ace Attorney, and holy poop was I shocked by what I saw. Phoenix is the villain of his own game. The legal eagle, Phoenix Wright, is more like, I don't know, an illegal albatross Phoenix Wrong.
So the name Phoenix Wrong? Okay. Continue.
Or something. Whatever, the guy's a criminal, pure and simple. So today I'm putting gaming's most famous defense attorney on trial to show you how he's been lying to gamers, anime fans, and musical theater audiences for years. So put on your blue suits and warm up your pointer finger. It's time for the defense to go on the defense. Who knows? Maybe they'll make a musical about this episode one day. Someday. Someday.
Someday. Someday.
So real quick, for those of you who haven't played Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, you play as Phoenix, a defense attorney tasked with digging up clues, sifting through evidence, and finding inconsistencies in witness testimony in order to save your clients from crooked, manipulative prosecutors who'll stop at nothing to put them behind bars. While it's not so much a fast-paced game, it is pretty darn addicting. And now that I finished it, I practically qualify as an attorney. Sorry, I gotta get this. Hey, what's up? Yeah? Yeah? Alright, thanks, I guess. So that was my lawyer. Apparently he'd like you to know that I can't make a joke about being a trained professional of the law. Jeez, you think these guys would be able to take a joke? Anyway, the game makes it pretty clear that Phoenix is the morally correct one who plays by the rules, and that the prosecutors are the ones who don't care about the law and instead just care about getting a conviction. But when you actually stop to look at the way that Phoenix conducts his investigations and trials, it becomes clear that the one criminal in Ace Attorney who gets away with everything is Phoenix Wright himself. Now, fully recognizing that I'm not exactly a legal expert, in researching this episode I consulted with an
He looked himself in the mirror. It's like interested.
appellate prosecutor, basically a fancy lawyer for the state attorney general, who helped me to make my case against Phoenix. And just so we're clear, spoiler alert for the first Ace Attorney game. Don't like it? Sue me! Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure. That was my lawyer again. He just called and asked that I not encourage you to sue me.
Please don't.
So, don't. I would much appreciate that, thank you. Let's start off with the way that Phoenix presents his evidence and witnesses in court. Take that! He has a flair for the dramatic, often entering evidence or calling a witness at the very last second. In episode 3, when Phoenix is pressed to give an explanation of how Jack Hammer might have stolen a steel samurai costume, he surprises everyone by presenting an empty sleeping pill bottle he found in the defendant's trailer. This gives his defendant, Will Powers, an alibi that Phoenix conveniently hadn't mentioned until that moment. And Phoenix's surprises aren't just limited to physical evidence. In episode 2, after a long period of questioning April May, Phoenix calls a surprise witness to testify, the hotel's bellboy. And while both these surprises make for interesting drama, they're not allowed in US courts. Like, at all. Basically, what Phoenix is doing violates the concept of discovery. Discovery is a legal privilege that both sides, defense and prosecution, have so that they can do research on relevant details before the trial begins to avoid surprises that could negatively impact their case. I mean, think about it. When Wright pulls out that pill bottle, Edgeworth, the case's prosecutor, has no idea that that thing exists. This gives Edgeworth zero time to think about the evidence and how it affects his case before he's expected to respond.
Why can't the world just be justice is justice, fairness is fairness? It's not like if you talk better, why can't the world just be... Oh gosh. Well, this video game world, so...
In the case of the bellboy, when other lawyers don't know that a certain witness exists, they have no ability to prepare a cross-examination. Discovery applies to a lot of things. Physical evidence, like objects or documents, electronic evidence, like cell phone data and emails, and personal testimony collected in depositions. When Phoenix fails to turn over evidence or tell the prosecution about possible witnesses, he's not complying with this basic courtroom rule. As a result, he would be punished, getting, at best, all of his surprise evidence thrown out of the case, and at worst, sent to prison and held for contempt of court, costing him both time and money. It's unlikely that Phoenix would get such harsh punishment the first time he pulled one of these moves, but given how frequently he likes to introduce evidence without subjecting it to discovery, it wouldn't be too shocking for these omissions to land him in hot water with the judge. Speaking of surprise witnesses, my personal favorite has to be Polly the Parrot from episode 4. This is ridiculous, right? This has got to be a huge stretch. Calling animals as witnesses has got to be another way that Phoenix...
I get a joke. Because Mr. Fantastic is able to stretch his body like very far. So it's a huge stretch. Get it? Anyone? Or am I just a comic nerd? Get it? Comic nerd? Anyways.
is breaking the rules. Surprisingly, no. While animal witnesses are far from common, there are instances of dogs, cats, and yeah, even parrots being called as witnesses in case. In one famous case, a New Orleans crime boss had his pet parrot Echo testify against him, getting him arrested for child abuse and murder. And sure, laugh while you can. It's all funny until you learn that Echo had to go into witness protection. Seriously, that is not a joke. Witness protection for birds.
Wow, witness protection for birds?
That bird was a dirty rat. Except it was a dirty bird. Dirty birdie. Anyway, back to Phoenix Wright. At this point, you may be saying to yourself, okay, Matt Pat, but you're using US court rules, and Ace Attorney is clearly not happening in an American court. To which I say, objection! That was awesome. No wonder it's become a meme. According to Janet Sue, Capcom localizer for Ace Attorney, canonically the series takes place in Los Angeles, an alternate universe version of...
Oh, I get it. Because it's a video game, so it'll be alternate world. It's like isekai. I get it.
Los Angeles, in fact, where Japanese and American culture intermingle to create a sweet love baby of a court system. By the way, I totally ship Jamerica, OTP, for life. But seriously, in addition to allowing seances for dead lawyers and animal witnesses, this legal love child shares more of its genes with the Japan side of the relationship, allowing for trials to take place at the same time as the investigations, and a judge to be in complete control of the proceedings. In Japan, the practice of trial by jury was suspended back in 1943 in exchange for the inquisitory system of criminal process, which means that the judge oversees the trial by himself, issues the verdict, and determines sentencing. Trials in Japan are also discontinuous, so like we see in the game, there are hearings in court, followed by recesses for investigation, followed by more time in court, followed by more investigation, until the judge has heard enough to make a ruling. But most importantly of all, the Japanese system actually allows Phoenix to pull the dramatic surprises we talked about earlier. Because the judge runs everything and is seen to be smart enough to make courtroom decisions on his own, Japanese law doesn't have the same discovery phase that American law does. And as a result, all the stunts that Phoenix pulls in court are perfectly legal based on this weird Jamaica legal system. That's right, for this episode I became an expert in both American law and Japanese law. And sure, it may excuse his surprise witnesses and evidence in the courtroom, but neither Japan's nor America's legal system would excuse the shady way that he handles evidence. There ain't no loopholes here, Phoenix. I mean, there is the time that he bribes a kid with a trading card in exchange for his testimony, but that's technically not illegal, just pure sketch. It's practically the equivalent of Phoenix hanging out the window of an unmarked candy van. We don't want you coming around this block.
That is pretty grey. Don't you think so too? Like, that is pretty grey. Get it? Because the hole is grey, the shirt is grey color. Get it? Anyways.
No more, Phoenix. You get on. Get out of here. Get. That's the power of the neighborhood watch. But bribing small children is just the tip of the legal iceberg. In episode 2, he gets the bellboy to let him into the suspect's hotel room to steal a wiretap to use as evidence. There are two big problems here. Problem number one is that the wiretap that Phoenix steals is illegal. Under federal law, wiretaps are inadmissible in court unless they're placed under the order of a court. So whatever he finds on this thing couldn't be used in his case. But there's an even bigger issue at play, which is problem 2, Phoenix obtaining the evidence illegally. When Phoenix goes to the Gatewater Hotel, April May, the suspect, isn't in her room, and the bellboy lets him in, at which point Phoenix discovers the wiretap. This is a big no-no, since hotel rooms are protected like private residences. The bellboy doesn't have the right to let anybody into that room without near certainty that a crime is being committed in that very instance. Phoenix would need a warrant issued by the court to get in, and as a working lawyer, he should know this. Without the warrant, everything that he finds is thrown out of the case. In the US, this is what's called the exclusionary rule.
Oh, exclusionary rule. Such a big word. Honestly, I do not know this existed. I really do not know why I do not know.
It's an extension of the US Constitution's 4th Amendment, which protects people against unreasonable search and seizure. In short, it says that nothing obtained through illegal means can be used as evidence in a criminal case. Well, of course Phoenix Wright isn't ethical. What do you expect? He's a lawyer. Oh, come on! Yeah. No. My lawyer's asking me to strike that joke from the record. Ha! Motion denied! So thus far, we've been talking about how Phoenix bends the rules to try to win, but he's not doing anything that could get him thrown in jail, right? Not so fast. At the beginning of episode 2, Phoenix arrives at the Fay & Company law offices after Hottie McLegal here has been murdered. Instead of calling the police immediately, he collects evidence for himself, like the note the victim appeared to be writing as she died and a glass that was broken in the struggle. And the fact that he knows that she's still warm implies that he touched her body. Not in a creepy way, I hope. There is no indication that Phoenix tells the police about this evidence when they arrive, and it's at this moment that Phoenix Wright goes from being a lawyer who bends the rules to a full-fledged criminal. The alteration, destruction, or concealment of physical evidence falls under the crime of obstruction of justice. And when he touches evidence, especially when he chooses to hide a receipt with the victim's sister's name on it, an object which directly implicates her in the murder. Ooh, murder? There's been murder done. An object which directly implicates her in the murder, he's tampering with evidence. Both obstruction of justice and tampering with evidence can carry jail time and fines. And since this is a first-degree murder case, we can be pretty sure that Phoenix would be punished severely. Sentences vary, but felony obstruction charges can come with sentences of up to 10 years in jail, and tampering with evidence on the federal level can get you as many as 20.
So it'll be wow.
Not only that, but once Phoenix is convicted of obstruction, he's also committed what's known as malfeasance, which is likely to get
Malfeasance. Such a new word. Honestly speaking, I don't know what the word means. Dictionary?
him disbarred from practicing law. You heard that right. In the second case we play through with Phoenix Wright in his first ever game, Mr. Wright's wrongdoing would get his lawyer license revoked. And in spite of all that, he gets away with it. Time and time again, Phoenix snoops around crime scenes, picking up things that suit his fancy, withholding evidence and information from investigators. This isn't just a lawyer who wants to win, it's a criminal who tries to bend the trial to fit his needs. Case closed. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'll tell him. He says that I can't offer any of this as statement of fact, but should instead let people know that it's a theory. For once, I think we agree.
It's a game theory episode. Get it?
But hey, that's just a theory.
Back does not approve of your whispers snapper shenanigans.
A game theory. Thanks for watching. But before I sign off for the day, do you want to win cash for solving brain puzzles? Well, of course you do. You're a theorist. You'd solve brain puzzles without cash. But getting cash is pretty sweet too. Well, the reason I ask is because I was selected to host a new reality competition series called The Runner for the month of July. And you can watch and play along for free. I've mentioned it on both Film Theory and GT Live, but I wanted to tell you guys too because already loyal theorists playing along at home have won over $30,000. 30,000, and we're only 6 days in. The show literally gives away $15,000 a day to various audience members, and some of that could and should be yours. Basically, The Runner is a cross-country manhunt as a person undercover tries to make his way across the US without getting caught to win $500,000. Now this is where you come in. It's up to 5 chaser teams and you guys online to track that individual down and win the money for yourself by solving clues delivered to you live by me during a broadcast at the start of each day.
Wait a minute, this sounds a lot like watch underscore dog. Sorry, it's correct. Watch underscore dog. Wow, this episode is very dark.
The new series on Go90, hosted by yours truly and executive produced by Jason Bourne and Batman. Yeah, so you know that this is pretty legit, and watching it is seriously like the easiest thing to do. All you have to do is go to go90.com. That's it, go90.com. You can also download the Go90 app to watch and play on the go. Links are in the description, but seriously, it's free, you win money, you hang out with me, we all get to nerd out over Caesar ciphers, and that's it. It has been a ton of fun so far. And now is the perfect time to hop in since the first runner just got caught and a new one has just started their chase. Carpe diem, seize the day, and The Runner. The fun begins every day live at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on go90.com. From there...
Wait, I'm just curious though. Who's the cameraman for the runners and who is the cameraman for the chasers?
I'll explain more on how you win. But again, everything is totally free, none of it affects the flow of episodes or GT live streams. It's really just a way for me to live out my bucket list item of being a game show host. I am a super big game show and reality TV nerd, so this has been like a dream come true. Plus, it puts me in a position to give a bunch of you guys a whole lot of easy to win cash. All while we participate in, quite honestly, what is a very cutting edge show. This fascinating fusion of audience interaction and social media and game show and reality TV. It's very, very cool. So please do me a favor, check it out. Nothing makes me happier than to announce loyal theorists as the ones who are winning these cash prizes, or seeing you discussing the show in the comments, or debating on Twitter which team you're rooting for. Remember, it's live every day in July starting at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Go90. I am so looking forward to seeing more of you theorists join the chase.
Wow. That's pretty... wow. Wow, if you do like this video, please consider to like, share and subscribe to my channel and comment down below if you have anything to share with us. The the YouTube channel the YouTube channel that I just reacted to came from the YouTube video that I just reacted to came from the YouTube channel the Game Theorists, and they are amazing individuals. Oh my god. And yeah, do support and show appreciation to them. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. The more you know.